My name is Jada McHayden. This is my second upload onto YouTube and now my second television review of Power, the Starz original drama of the Season 2 finale, Ghost is Dead. He's not really dead, that's just the title. There are many things that happened in this episode, and I'd like to start off with the big bad of not only this season, but also Season 1, Kanan. You know, he's a monster. He killed his own son. He has this complex where everyone should bow down to his feet and he should stand up tall and continue to grow more and more power, which obviously is very relevant because that's what the series is all about. He killed his own son because he said his son didn't deserve to call him daddy. Isn't that ridiculous? Doesn't that speak to just how deranged this man is? Obviously, during the Season 2 finale, about 40 minutes in, Kanan and Ghost engaged in quite the tussle, which ultimately led to Kanan being stabbed, left bleeding on the floor, and then Ghost poured gasoline over him and lit the building that they were in on fire. Obviously determined at the end of the episode, Kanan was not dead. His body was not there. He is still breathing, which is a shame because I think after all the atrocities he's committed, he deserves to go down. And by go down, I mean burn. That may be, a bit much, just an opinion of mine. So yeah, I'm hoping Kanan finally gets what's coming to him in Season 3. I'm very excited for that. Another point I wanted to hit on was Tasha. She is my favourite character. I love her. I'm not saying she hasn't done wrong. Of course she has. No one in this series is innocent. But I don't like how somehow all the blame falls on her, as if she's manipulated or forced Ghost to continue to be in the drug game. Ghost is his own person, Ghost makes his own choices. Ghost is only still in the drug game because he wants to be. He made the conscious decision to stay in, and I believe he should be the only one who takes responsibility for his own choices. Obviously, in the Season 2 finale, Tasha at the beginning was worried about Sean because they were supposed to meet up and then leave town, but obviously he never showed because he was lying on the floor with a bullet in his head, so that kind of killed their plans and him. Tasha and Lakeisha were called down to the morgue to identify his body, and obviously Tasha was distraught because despite whether people like her or not, she did care about Sean, and to see him like that, knowing that he didn't deserve that fate, is heartbreaking. And also in another little twist, she believes Ghost did it because in an earlier confrontation between Ghost and Tasha, they discussed both of their affairs, and obviously Ghost now knows that Tasha was sleeping with Sean, and with that information, Tasha's come to the conclusion that Ghost is the one who killed him, but obviously we as the viewers know that's not true, but obviously I can understand how she came to that conclusion. Yeah, I love Tasha. I really want her to get back on top and Ghost to just, wither away, because I don't care about that dude. Ghost. The big Ghost. The main man of the series. I think he is a traitorous douchebag, and I say this because he's been friends with Tommy his entire life, yet despite willing to ruin Angela's career for him, he still chooses Angela over everyone and everything. His best friend, his wife, his kids, everything that he held dear before she walked back into his life. I think that just speaks to how of a douche Ghost is, basically. I mean, he cheats regularly, feels absolutely no guilt about it. Not once has he even apologised, which really irks me the wrong way. And he still has this incredibly naive notion that he and Angela are going to ride off into the sunset together. And what I think he even forgets sometimes is that despite not being with Tasha anymore, what about his kids? He talks about his kids, but it doesn't really seem like they come first for him anymore. It seems like Angela is his number one, which is incredibly wrong in my opinion. And he feels he has the right to use Tasha's infidelity against her when, despite technically she did cheat because they are still married, but they're very separated. Tasha wants no longer wants anything to do with him, and it seems Ghost wants the same. So I think he has absolutely no leg to stand on, and to see him use that against her just really makes me hate his character even more. He's a douche, you know. I hope he gets what's coming to him too, and I hope he learns how to reprioritize his life. He's talking about his club and Angela, but what about your children? You know, you might want to add them into the equation, my friend. Um, Okay, another big thing that happened in the finale was Ghost versus Tommy. Obviously, their entire lives they've been together in everything. They're a family, they're brothers. But obviously, the tables turned in the finale, and Tommy turned against Ghost with right, to be honest, because Ghost has lied one too many times. Um, so Tommy finally saw sense, I guess, and realised that despite the fact that Tommy was always willing to choose Ghost over everyone and everything, Ghost wasn't willing to return that fate, wasn't willing to do the same. And it was good because it finally opened Tommy's eyes and realised that as much as he sees Ghost like a brother, Ghost doesn't treat him the same way that he'd like to be. Um, you know, he chooses Angela over everyone and everything, like I said before. And, you know, that just doesn't sit right with Tommy. You have family and then you have other people, and the family should always come first. I agree with that 100%. Obviously, a lot of this, well, actually, this all stemmed from Holly reappearing and telling Tommy that Ghost gave her the alias of Monica Moore, and when Tommy confronted Ghost, Ghost was backed into a corner and had no other choice but to admit his guilt. And that obviously led to the severing of ties in their friendship, in their business, and everything. Tommy no longer wanted anything to do with Ghost, and I think it's been a long time coming. I think Ghost needs this wake up call because despite getting to cozy up with Angela at the end of the finale, he can't do everything he wants. He can't be the person he wants to be without the key people in his life. And those key people do include Tommy, Tasha, and his children. So I think he really needs to try and sort his life out. He may think he has everything he wants now, but he doesn't. At one point, this little fantasy that he and Angela are living is going to dry out, and he's going to realise that he's completely ruined his life, in my opinion, at least. Again, like I've said previously, I do not like Angela. She's a woman who's happy to break up a family, to break up a marriage, and that just speaks volumes about her. She says, oh yeah, we're in love, we knew each other before. I don't care if you knew each other before. There are rights and there are wrongs in this world. There are some lines you do not cross. And in my opinion, cheating, especially with a married man, is one of them. And despite her not being the one who's cheating, because she's not the one who's married, she's guilty by association. She knows he's married. She knows he has children. She doesn't care. That just, it rubs me up the wrong way. So I really hope that something bad happens to Angela, or what Greg Knox promised towards the end of the finale, that when Ghost goes down, she's going to go down with him. I hope that happens. I would love to see that happen. I would pay to see that happen because I just really despise Ghost and Angela that much. Again, love Tommy, love Tasha. Yeah, I'm hoping, even though I know Ghost can't die because obviously he's the main character, I do hope that something really bad happens to him so that he can finally wake up and, you know, smell the shit, so to speak. It's been a long time coming, you know? He thinks he can just tread over whoever he wants to get whatever he wants, and one day, sometime soon, that's going to come back at him and make him realise just how low he's gotten. But yeah, those are my hopes. I'm very looking forward to season 3 of Power, and I hope you all are too. I hope to see you all watching my videos again sometime soon. And yeah, nice talking. Bye.